The Sharpshooter Podcast.
You did a song with Sebastian Bach. I'm a big fan of that era. Again, Sebastian Bach was one of my favorites growing up. What was it like working with him? Because he's kind of a character.
He sure is. I mean, I was promoting my album Discipline, and I had gone to Toronto. I think he's Canadian, and he was on the radio when I was on my way into the radio station. So he was the interview before me, and he goes on there and he goes, that Bon Jovi, this and that, like totally slagging Bon Jovi. When first of all, I think John had gone to high school with Snake, and it was like
Right.
John gave them paid for their equipment, put them on the map, put them as the opening act, as it was a loyalty thing. And for this brat, to start slagging Bon Jovi, I was like, get there fast. I'm going to kick that guy's ass. And by the time I walked out of like the elevator and he had walked in the other elevator, I wasn't able to catch him because I had to go on. But, I did slag him, for being such a brat. Also, I wasn't happy that he wore that T-shirt that said AIDS kills fags.
That's right. Yeah.
That,
was controversial.
It's just being a brat. I don't even think that he put two and two together. But then, many years later, he came to Nashville to write with me. And we wrote a song. I think he changed the title of it, but it was called The Devil's Deja Vu.
That's a cool title. Yeah, I think on his record, he called it Falling Into You.
That has no texture or color or visuals. The Devil's Deja Vu. Doesn't that sound like
way cooler? I like
it.
that.
It sounds like a movie title, right?
Yeah.
It's like some Matrix something, right?
Somebody else should steal that title. That's a great title.
Yeah, maybe I should rewrite that title with somebody else. He was telling me pretty wild stories about his time. I think he was trying to prove that he wasn't homophobic, because he went on Broadway in Jekyll and Hyde.
Right.
And so he was telling me some wild, stories. I don't know if they were real or not, but he was telling me some wild stories.
Like with what? What kind of stories can you say?
Just like the stuff that was going on, behind the scenes between the actors and the dancers and the this and the that.
Was he involved with it?
I'm just telling you that he was telling me stories. I'm not saying that he partook in the stories he was telling, but they were pretty, they were pretty strong. And, he was really very, very colorful. And I actually enjoyed my writing session with him. And he was very funny.
That's awesome. Well, I know you got to get going.